Welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio, our live broadcast from the We Want to Live rally and march. And joining me here, yes, come on.
Hey y'all.
This is Devonna. Yes, we're practicing social distancing, but at the same time, right now, we have another crisis on our hand where we have to deal with the crisis of life. So
Indeed.
we'll deal with social distancing in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anyway, Devonna Williams,
Hello.
and I want, but just can you show everybody who you are? I know you got the mask, but just really quick, just show everybody.
You want me to
who-
take this down so
Just
I
for a
can?
minute, yeah.
Hi y'all.
Devonna.
My name is Devon Williams. I'm reigning Miss Black America Washington and CEO and founder of Ebony Fashion Week. And as a mother, a proud mother, as a black woman, black American woman, as a proud homeowner, as an educated individual who's very involved in her community and her government, her local government, you got to be out here getting the work done. So that's why I'm here.
What is your takeaway from today?
Ooh. I think this is about the fourth protest that I've been to, and my takeaway from this is that the community is here. It's real. I mean, the camaraderie here is unparalleled. I mean, especially if you were born and raised here, you definitely felt the love. My takeaways are I definitely have some homework. Want to go back and talk to my own local government about things that are happening out in Federal Way and keeping the conversations going. There were a lot of conversations here today. Unfortunately, I still felt a smidge of a disconnect with the people who are not people of color.
Yeah.
They're here to learn, of course. You know, they're here to learn about the things that black people go through. And so there's still some questions that need to be asked.
Yeah.
And I still feel like people are here to talk about black lives and that they matter, but that is not fully understood yet because there's still a lot of education that needs to be soaked in from non-people of color. So
Yeah.
I got a little hint of that, but overall the camaraderie was real. There was no drama, there was no issues, and the community came out in full.
Yeah, it was, and I agree.
Yeah.
I'll just say that I agree with what you said. I felt like for a minute the microphone was hijacked.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say. Because this is about black people,
Black people.
and this is about black lives, and that's what's important here about
Right.
this. But when you bring politics into it, you water down the message of what we're talking about.
You say you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. I just had a really, really good conversation today. Zolani Beauty, her name is Naya. She runs Zolani Beauty makeup company, and she has this platform called Color Conversations. So she pulls people from different parts of the United States, and we had a really good conversation about just about not only that disconnect, but the fact that, especially when it comes to black American movements, we have to water ourselves down so that other people can see some sort of parallel, like, oh, okay, it's compared to this. So now we can support blackness because it's next to this, and this is just as important. Well, I think that if we do that this time, there's a lot of momentum, but if we continue to do that, this movement is going to get lost in the sauce,
It
too.
will
We
get
have to keep it
lost
focused on black
on
American
this.
lives.
And-
Black American lives. If people left here and they still felt some type of way about the homies on the corner that they see down there, how do you feel about those black people? You know,
I'm
those
not-
are the black people we're talking about as well
I'm
that
not
matter.
saying there's other things, but if you go back and watch this, you'll see who didn't keep it on blackness. And that's
okay.
all I'm saying, and
Yep.
that's why we're here today
That's
for
right.
that. So
That's
I'm
right.
just saying that,
That's right.
but a lot of other things, but we need to make sure we keep focused on what's important to us, the reason that we are here.
Yeah.
This isn't about equity, this isn't about equality, this is about black lives.
Yeah, it's not about that right now.
Yeah,
We've
not
always
right
had
now. You know what
we've
I'm
always
saying?
had organizations that are within the black community that we focus on those things. But now is not the time to talk about black on black crime. Now is not the time to talk about, things that we are already dealing with.
Yeah.
Now's to talk about the brutalities that black American people face.
And even if, from my perspective, even if you're talking about black on black crime, we're still in the black area.
Right.
So,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah,
anyway.
and we take care of that. We have a lot more talking to do. We have a lot more talking to do.
Well, that's the good thing about it, is to have these conversations
Yeah.
and to make sure that we keep these lines of communication open and,
Right.
and not let them, not let them withdraw, and make sure that we still continue, because we're not one monolithic people. We are
Talk
a
about it.
number of different people. We're with different backgrounds and different wants, and we need to get together and find out what those things are.
And especially as black Americans, I know we're still getting to know ourselves. We're still getting to know our history. And I was just saying this earlier. I think it's important for us to celebrate all facets of blackness. You know, we're all different facets of the same beautiful black diamond. And if we understand our differences as black people as well, not just everyone else, but if we understand each of our differences, we can celebrate that as a whole. We have to educate ourselves about the differences between us, about each of our histories, about each of our cultures. And once we become a set unit whose loyalty is unquestioned, then I believe that people will see that and take heed to that. And we'll truly have economic power in the long run.
Thank you, Devon.
Oh, my pleasure. It's always so good to see you.
Likewise.
We got a social distance, and this is, I can't deal. I want to hug so bad. Thank you for continuing to do the work, and I look forward to catching up with you again soon.
Right. And you know, you got a home on Rainier Avenue Radio whenever you want to.
Look, coming soon to a station near you, okay?
All right.